Hey guys, it's Chloe again. Well, my summer class has just ended today, so I'm definitely in a summer state of mind. I wanted to give you guys a good sun-kissed look that you can use this summer. And I'm going to start off by introducing some of my products because I just got them at the New York Makeup Show in May. And I'm really excited to use them. Alright, let me start with Eve Pro. She is my official makeup guru. She has won an Emmy for her HD makeup for TV. And words cannot even describe how well these products cover any blemishes or signs of sleepiness on your face. I've already gone through a whole thing of foundation, and it's only been a little over a month. It's safe to say that I am addicted to Eve Pro. Alright, also we're going to use this natural bronzer from Rimmel London. You can get it at any drugstore near you. It's a nice, even application. It doesn't look like you have any splotchiness. Also, we're going to use a Beauty Addicts blush and lip gloss. This lip gloss is perfect. It's neutral, but it has a little bit of shimmer, just like the blush. Also, I'm going to use Voluminous Million Lashes. It has a really flexible brush, so you can get into any spots of your lashes. And lastly, we're going to be using some Crown brush products. They have an excellent palette. They're a brush company, but they have a bunch of these. And this is the 88 Pearl Shimmer. It's amazing, although I have broken the mirror, so I'm doomed to 7 years of bad luck. Thankfully, I'll have these to last me these 7 years. Hopefully, I'll look good while being unlucky. And also, we are going to be using the Crown brushes. Excellent. They are soft as can be, and I'm really excited to use them in this tutorial today. Alright, so let's get started. First, we're going to start out by using a light mineral sheer tint foundation. I'm using one of the bigger Crown brushes because I just want to get a very light coat. So anything too heavy will look like you have a caked on face of makeup. And no one wants that. Now remember, this doesn't have to cover everything. We're going to be using our concealer and our powder. So don't worry about getting into every nook and cranny. Just try and get a general cover of the face because it gives you a nice radiant glow. Alright, we've applied the mineral sheer tint, and now I'm going to use my fingers just to use the warmth and blend it in a little bit more. Alright, so now we have a nice natural underglow. And I'm going to use the Eve Pearl concealer. Here, obviously I've gone through it a little bit, but we have a nice duotone concealer compact. I can use a little bit from both because I have to mix my colors to get the right shade of pale. We're going to apply under the eye. Now remember, when you're applying concealer, you don't necessarily want to do a lighter color because if you mix the dark with the light, you're going to get a gray tone. So you want to use a concealer that's a little bit darker than your natural skin color, but then blend it in out from under the eye. I'm also covering the eyelid to remove any discoloration. So you do the same to the other eye. Trying to get right up under my lashes because right under the lashes it's a little more discolored than anywhere around your eye. So now we have that covered. And my face is now even. Now, because in the summer, I live in Florida, so personally it gets a little bit humid. I'm going to put some extra powder on. This is Eve Pro powder. I'm just going to set my makeup with that before we continue. So now comes the important part, the bronzer. You want to use a big kabuki brush or a big powder brush because the larger it is, the more natural it'll look on your face. You want to get it in all the spots where the sun would naturally hit you, which is your cheeks, your forehead, and your nose. Because think about after you go to the beach, where do you normally get a suntan or, in my case, a severe burn? And then also continue down in the neck because you want your face to match your neck. Tan never stops at your neckline. I like to go down, and sometimes I even like to put a little in between the cleavage. Alright, now I'm just going to go over that one more time because for me, I'm very pale, so you have to do a few coats. Alright, so now we have a nice little natural faux tan. Next is the blush. I'm using a shimmery pink from Beauty Addicts. I'm using a shimmery blush because I want it to be a little more playful because it is the summer. And also, the light will bounce off my cheeks more because it is shimmery. You're going to smile, put it in the balls of your cheeks, and go up just a little bit. Alright, so now we covered the basics, and now it's time to move on to the eye. We don't want anything too dramatic because it is the summer, and we're going for a natural look. So I'm going to take a champagne color, very light, and put it all over my eye. I'm going to put it up to right under the brow. And even venture to bring it to the inner corner of my eye and a little bit underneath. You see what I did? Alright. I feel like I'm on Dora. Alright, we are going to do the other eye now. Do the same thing. What I really like about these eyeshadows is no matter what you do, it looks blended when you put it on. So there's no fine lines. Now, if you did what I did and it got a little messy in your inner corner, you can just take a concealer brush, grab some of your concealer, and bring it back. Cover where you don't want the eyeshadow, and then blend. I like to use my fingers, but feel free to use your concealer brush or even a smaller brush to get into the more fine areas. Okay, so now we are going to apply a darker brown, darker than the champagne, but not too dark. I like to use a little bit of a coppery color and put it right in the crease. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, what is the crease? The crease is this area right here. When you close your eyes, you should feel an indent, kind of where on top of where your eyeball is. And that's where you're going to put this color. It's going to give your look a little bit of a pop of color. Now, I almost made the mistake of blowing on my brush. When you have excess color on your brush, tap it on something on the side. I'll just use this compact to remove it. Blowing on it spreads bacteria, and you just don't want that on your eyes because you can get conjunctivitis or any other infections. Alright, so now it's time for mascara. Let me show you something interesting about this mascara wand in particular. It bends, so you get a more flexible application. Now, look at the automatic difference between my two lashes. You have volume and you have length, and it only took about 10 seconds. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when I do my lashes, I like to blink a lot rather than keep moving my wrist up and down. It's much easier and much less messy. You don't get as much mascara on your eyelid as you would if you were doing it the traditional way. So take it from me. You just want to blink. Alright, so now our eyes are completely done. It's time for the eyebrows. The eyebrows really make the geometry of the face. So, we have to make sure we perfect them. A lot of people just leave them as they are, but if they add to your look, why not improve them as much as possible? I'm going to start by brushing them out. Clearly, they're a little unkempt. But it's been a long year of school, if you know what I mean. Now I'm going to find a dark brown on here. I'm going to take an angled brush, and I'm just going to stroke along where my eyebrows naturally go. I like to use powder because sometimes it looks a little less natural when you use an eyebrow stick, but there are definitely exceptions, and in my next video, I will show you that exception. Now also remember, this is a summer look, so we want it to look natural. So I'm only doing very light eyebrow shaping. Now I'm going to brush them one more time just to make sure they're perfect. And there you go, you have a nice arch, but they look natural. Now, because this is a sun-kissed look, I'm going to go over my face one more time with the bronzer. Remember, in the spots that the sun naturally hits you, such as your cheeks, your forehead. Don't be afraid to blend it in with your cheeks and your nose. Also, like I said, you want to get the neck and any skin showing. And for the finishing touch, we are going to use this Beauty Addicts lip gloss. It is neutral with a little bit of shimmer. And we are going to apply it as you would apply any lip gloss. And we're going to do the little smackaroo trick. Make sure you get in the bow. And voila, you have a sun-kissed summer look.